Welcome back, all our 40K fanatics out there. I'm DJ.
And I'm Lane.
And we are here to give you another Warhammer 40K battle report. This is another GT prep time, except it's not my turn for this one. Lane is prepping GT, right?
I'm going to the Akron Brew Brawl, actually, this coming weekend here in Akron. It's a smaller GT. It's like 24 players. It should be a good time. But yeah, it's a 5-round event. So I am taking my DeathWatch. So this is the exact list I'll be running this weekend. And of course, next week I'll let you guys know how we do.
Nice. And so I'm going to be playing World Eaters. So we are staying, this is the third, and I'm going to chill on this for a bit because then I need to start working on what I'm going to be playing. Right now, characters, I feel very happy about them. Even in my loss to Tyranids, I feel I should have done things a lot differently, and I look forward to getting that rematch. But today we're doing the World Eaters. I love this codex. I feel like there's a lot of great detachments in there. There's 2 more detachments I really like that I haven't gotten to try. And we're going to try one of them here today, and that's the Berzerker warband. So the Berzerker warband was the index detachment, but it has changed significantly because of the blessings shifting over, and now only one way you can get advance in charge, and that's off a stratagem. That changes this a lot. Plus, the detachment rule, which used to be +1 strength, +1 attack, now to compensate for Berzerkers dropping a point in strength, the detachment rule is +2 strength and +1 attack, which turns into hilarity when you start looking over other random data sheets, like we were talking about the Hellbrute last night. And the Hellbrute, when you punch it back and it gets to swing twice, at least in a phase, you're looking at 24 attacks on this guy.
That's a lot of punches.
So there's a lot of really cool and very unique things you can do with it. Today, I'm bringing the heavy hitters. Today, I'm bringing the ones that utilize and love that ability the most. We got the 20-man Berzerker. We got the 8-bound. We have all that good stuff today. So that's going to be what I'm doing with the World Eaters in my detachment. Lane, you're running, obviously, DeathWatch.
Yeah, my baby's the DeathWatch. Last time I had him on the channel, it was kind of a team tournament list. So this has a lot more scoring units in it. I played this in a couple RTTs over the last month, and I went 2-1 in both of those. Both times, I won my first 2 games and lost my last one. Both times, I lost to the person who won the RTT, and both times it was Custodes that I lost to. So Custodes are currently my DeathWatch's nemesis. So hopefully I don't run into those at the GT at all.
And what's your detachment you're doing today?
Oh, it's Black Spear Task Force. It's the DeathWatch detachment.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right, well, we won't do too much more. We'll jump over and start talking about the list real quick and what we're bringing so we can get over into the game.
If you want to know more about the models, their data sheets, the detachments, the enhancements, the stratagems, and how we plan to use all that, please check out our individual army videos where we go into great detail on that. But for now, here is a quick rundown. This is 1,995 points of DeathWatch in the Black Spear Task Force. For characters, I do have a Captain in Gravis armor who has the Tome of Ectoclades enhancement, a Judicar with a Beacon and Jealous enhancement, a Lieutenant with Combi Weapon, and the Watchmaster with the Thief of Secrets. For battle line, I do have 2 DeathWatch veteran squads, 1 5-man and 1 10-man. I do, of course, now have the Devastator Centurions. These guys are great in DeathWatch. We have an Indomitor kill team. We have a squad of Infiltrators, a Storm Speeder Thunderstrike, 2 3-mans of Suppressors for scoring out there, and then 1 Talon Strike kill team. DJ, what are you bringing today?
All right, so here we have my Berzerker warband. We are running the triple Forge Fiend. We have 3 2-mans of the Chaos Spawn, 2 8-bound, 1 Exalted 8-bound for Deep Strike, 2 10-man squads of Jackals, a Demon Prince rocking an enhancement so we can get that flat damage 4. Hopefully he can come give some Centurions a hug. And last, a big old brick of 20 Berzerkers led by a Juggernaut Lord. One of the funny, kind of coolest / funniest things that the Codex brought us was 20-man Berzerker squads. This used to be a thing. Berzerkers were always, won't say always, but were one of the units to kind of float back and forth with the 20-man squads. So it's cool to see it back, and I want to try it. I want to play a big 20-man brick. Little nervous.
I want to shoot it with all my blast weapons. That's for sure.
That's what I
don't know if you guys have heard, but Devastator Centurions had blast missiles. So.
And they're how many damage?
D3.
And my guys are toughness 4, 2 wound models.
Yeah, they're strength 8. So yeah, that's what we're hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for, is just to zap that unit gone right away.
And that's not what I'm hoping for, because that is pretty brutal. And that's one thing that concerns me with the Berzerkers. No real defensive strats. But especially with the Berzerker warband, when you start putting this detachment together and some of the other stuff, I still end up having, like, I have 13 deployed units. So there's still a lot of other stuff too. Like, there is that the big 20-man brick component that can hit really hard and is super threatening. But a lot of the other stuff still does it. It's a very basic play by the paint by numbers world eaters, where it's I have a firing base, I have mobility. You know, it's very paint by numbers, but I got all the tools that world eaters want to bring, especially out of this attachment. I think I do at least. You know, good coverage, good mobility, good speed. Spawn hit ridiculously hard for their point cost. Their roll, they punch up so well, especially in this detachment. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how some of this stuff functions. Anything from you where you're looking into other than Centurion shooting missiles at 20 Berzerkers?
Heck yeah. They're also going to shoot your Forge Frenzy too. No, really, the DeathWatch plan here is just to not get everything tagged in combat. Even one of your little squad or your little 2-mans of spawn could tag one of my big squads and give them trouble, so they're not able to react and shoot the next turn. So I'm just trying to basically make sure I don't get tagged in combat. Unless it's, of course, my unit led by the Judicar that will fight first. If you want to tag them in combat, go for it.
Well, and there is one thing I'm going to bring up, throw this out there now so you can think about it, because this is a very, very important thing that world eaters can do, and something to be prepared for, especially with world eaters in the meta right now. So one of the blessings gives you a 6-inch pile in and consolidate. So a way to get around that fight first for me, especially with a squad as large as the Berzerker squad, led by a Juggernaut Lord that can give me 3-inch engagement range, would be to have that blessing up, charge a unit that doesn't have fight first, activate the Berzerkers, and move into the fight first squad. Now, again, in that scenario, there is one other little catch-22 I didn't mention. That means that he decides not to heroic, or for some reason can't heroic, but ultimately, that is one way to get around fight first in the big units. So that is a threat I do have in this list that I'm going to be trying to remember as best I can to set up for that. And hopefully, Lane gave you the little 2 cents into it. Keep it in your mind for the game and don't let me do it.
Yeah, that's the plan. Don't do that thing. Don't let him do the thing.
Don't let me do that thing.
If there's something DJ wants to do, I do not want to let him do it.
Especially because that is very good tech. So let's get into it. Odd or even?
Even.
And it is even. So do you want to deploy first or second? I have no infiltrators, but I do have scouts.
Okay, I will have you drop first.
All right, and we'll be back after deployment. All right, we are deployed. Lane, what are we doing here today?
Oh, we are playing the glorious game of Warhammer 40,000. Our deployment today is sweeping engagement. Our mission rule today is stalwarts. Battle line units can shoot and still do an action, and they can also do an action while they're in engagement range. And then our primary mission today is basic Warhammer. It's take and hold. 5 points for each objective you control, up to 15.
All right, so for me, we're starting off, I have the Berzerkers are in strategic with their Juggernaut Lord, and then we also put the Exalted 8-bound in there for a little bit of deep strike threat. As far as on board, we got all 3 Forge Fiends hiding behind walls. So they're able to go out there and threaten an objective, but at least they're not sitting there easy prey for turn 1 Centurions. We have some of our scouting units, like the 8-bound, the Chaos Spawn, and these spawns over here, ready to move up. And we also have another squad of 8-bound over here, ready to move up, depending on who goes first, realistically, and see where they need to be and what positions they need to be in. And then Jackals, and then Jackals over here. This squad might be in a really rough position because I'm just barely tagging the objective. But if I go first, I can sticky that and then get them out of the way. So that's kind of our goal, is just get that objective sticky and then run and hide. So, all right, Lane, what are you doing?
So in reserve, I do have the 10-man DeathWatch vet squad with the Judicar, with Beacon and Jealous, so they will get the Deep Strike and Rapid Ingress for free. And then I do have a Talon Strike squad in Deep Strike as well. On the table, we've got my infiltrators here if they need to step out and maybe do containment. And we got some suppressors here to jump out on the objective if need be. The Endometer kill team, we're rating to uppy downy. Because our objectives are out in the open, we do have the lone op lieutenant holding my deployment zone objective. Got my speeder, my suppressors, and my dev sense here. Dev sense can step on this terrain and shoot out of it. The Watchmaster squad is hiding inside that building, ready to launch out of there. That's it.
So I feel like it goes without saying that you would like to go second. especially because of up-down tactics.
Yeah, it's always better for me to go second with the uppies and the downies.
Yeah, I'd like to go second as well, but that's more for endgame scoring purposes and being able to be a little paused. So, all right, we both want to go second. Let's let the dice tell us what's happening. Hey!
No!
Oh, I saw that one and I got excited. Hey! Look at you, rolling a 1 to a 1.
Yeah, it's off to a great start. Rolling 1.
All right, so it looks like I will be actually going first. I have some scout moves I got to make real quick. All right, so we did some scout moves first, and then we'll start my turn. I move these guys up right here. The 8-bound and all the spawn, move them up. So depending on what our secondary cards we get, we're in a good position to score those. These 8-bound and spawn are threatening these 2 objectives. Got the spawn already at center, and 8-bound just moved up. And we will be able to sticky this objective and get those jackals out of the way. All right. I think that's everything. Time to play the game. All right. So for the World Eaters, I got terrible secondaries. Assassinate an overwhelming force. You could not ask for it to be worse. There's one realistically option I could even try to go after. Yeah. And we measured it out. There was a chance that if I basically averaged 5 on 3 dice, these, the spawn that were back here could have made it over and charged him and maybe taken him out. But too big of a risk for me. So I kept the command point just so I could use it on some aggressive strats and kind of try and get in their face. So we moved the 8-bound up to get ready to charge in here. We did advance the spawn because they can advance and charge. And these guys did get a 6, so they would have made it pretty close to getting to that guy. And now we're able to charge in over here and just make sure to get rid of these guys who are going to zone me out a little bit when I bring my Berzerkers in. So that's really it. Over here, we just kind of moved up in position, threatened with these guys onto center, move these guys to kind of zone out over here, and got the jackals off of the objective out of no man's land. They stickied it, they put up a flag, and they ran away. All right, let's charge. Yeah, that did not go as planned. These guys apparently got really tired and just failed to convert when they made it into combat. The 8-bound did fail their charge on a reroll, so we didn't make them in there. But I'm not as terribly concerned about that, even though they're in kind of a, not the most best position. We did kind of just block off this lane for these guys to be able to get out there easily and start shooting at me. We do have good board control on 1, covering the board, so at least we didn't score, but we do have board coverage. Yeah, so we're going to pitch Assassinate for a command point. Not scoring anything, but I think I can get overwhelming force in the future. So I don't mind holding on to that one because if Lane's going to want to score points, he's going to have to get out here on objectives. All right, over to the Deathwatch.
So for this turn, I pulled Call the Horde. DJ's 20-man Break of Berserks is not on the table, much to my chagrin. So I ended up, I can pitch that for free, so I got to bring it down to no prisoners. So we're going to try and kill some stuff here. So, yeah, basically I oathed that Forge Friend back there because I'm going to do some blasting into him. I upped Downy the Dev Sense at the end of DJ's turn and gave them the Sustain for 1 CP, so they're going to blast away down there. Also, the Speeder's up here to give me +1 to wound in that. We're going to make sure that thing is dead. The Grav squad here, not Grav, it's the Indomitor kill team. Most of them, a bunch of them stepped on here so they can shoot at the 8-bound here and then charge these spawn. The suppressors jumped out here so they can shoot those spawn. We'll see how things go. These suppressors also have eyes on 8-bound down here. And then the Watchmaster squad moved up here. Maybe they'll be able to make a charge into those 8-bound. Who knows? Things may go well or they may go poorly. I will roll some dice and let you know. We done did some shooting. So I started with the Speeder. He tagged the Forge Fiend down there. Didn't do any actual damage, but did give these Dev Sense +1 to wound. Now, 3 of the missiles from these guys went into these spawn, and then 3 missiles and 6 las cannons went downtown into the Forge Fiend. Forge.
You called him Forge Friend so much, he's now just is the Forge Friend.
The Forge Friend. Picked up the Forge Friend, and then the 3 missiles that shot into here did pick up 1 of the spawn. that's it for the shooting over here. The Indomitors here, I use the captain ability to make the strat, give them anti-infantry 2-up free. And so they blasted away, killed 2 of the 8-bound here. And then, neat, they did that. And then these suppressors finished off the last 8-bound. These suppressors blasted away at these spawn and only killed 1 of them. Now, after I killed the 8-bound here, DJ, what'd you do?
I spent a command point to use a strat that allowed me to sticky an objective I controlled before the unit was destroyed. So I stickied the objective marker when I still controlled it with the 8-bound and the spawn being here, and now we both contest it. So because we contest it and I was the one who controlled it, I haven't lost control, so I'll control it at this moment in time.
Yeah. Okay, so that is it for the shooting. Now, the Indomitors here are going to charge in there, do some punching, and then Watchmaster, see if you can make a charge into these 8-bound there. Watchmaster will probably get wrecked after that happens, but you know what? Maybe we'll just kill a bunch of things. So let's see what happens. These Indomitors successfully punched the spawn away. They get +2 strength on the charge, so that took those power fists to strength 10 on these guys. And then we got some punches going in there too. Picked up the spawn there. DJ did not make any feel no pains yet. And then the Watchmaster's crew smashed hard and picked up those 8-bound there. So we pushed way out, killed a lot of stuff. DJ's still going to score 15 on primary because he has this one and this one thanks to his sticky and sticky to home field. So he's going to be good on primary, and I've exposed a lot of my stuff. So I picked up a lot of smaller units. We'll see. We'll see if it pays off though. On to DJ's turn.
The cards really, really still don't like me. So I'm still an overwhelming force, which now I can at least score something on because there's units on objectives. But then I got Bring It Down. And I was looking at just this one vehicle to score points off of. And I realized I'm in a very strong position for Recover Assets, Sabotage, Containment, Cleanse. I don't think I'll have all those units later, so I need to kind of do it now. So I spent the command point, pitched out Bring It Down, and it got worse, and I got marked for death. Lane, what'd you mark?
What did I mark? Oh, these guys?
Those guys hiding there.
My baby boy here.
That dude back there.
And the Infiltrators?
I think it was, yeah, no, it was the brick, I thought it was.
The Gravis, okay.
Yeah, for the guys. So, what did we do? Well, we moved the Demon Prince up. He got Overwatch, which I was expecting. I knew it was going to hurt, but I kept him off the objective, so at least he didn't get the full rerolls to hit. But with the sustained, it was still rough. Got him down to 3 wounds, but at least that's done and out of the way. We moved both the Forge Fiends up. We have this one can shoot at these guys. And if he gets lucky and removes the entire squad, that would then make this the closest target and within 18 for the second Forge Fiend to go at. But mostly it's going to be remove these guys. We brought the Exalted 8-bound in. We are on reroll failed charges for this turn and sustained based on the dice. And then we just kind of move the Jackals around. We still got the Talon Strike to think about, so we don't want that to come back in here. So the last lone spawn moved out there. And yeah, we do have that big 4 damage weapon, so we're going to hopefully be able to do some damage to Centurions. I really just, as many of those I can get off the table is going to help me significantly. We did bring in, we decided not to rapid ingress. We brought in the Berzerkers. Had to stay 12 from these guys, but we're within 9 of them. So we're going to try and have some trickery and see what we can't do. We are going to be +1 charge because of our enhancement and being on full rerolls this turn. And then to close out the turn, Lane rapid ingressed those guys. So they're back there. I did bring a spawn in. Ooh, were they 9 inches from him? Okay. I did because he's on the bottom level. There. Okay. The spawn I pushed him over there because I didn't want Lane to come in too close over here and do any rapid ingress and heroic shenanigans. After the Overwatch, didn't have the CP for it, but at least I don't have to deal with that. Okay. Now we need to shoot at some DeathWatch Marines. All right. So went from shooting right into fighting because everything was kind of different. So shooting wise, he did good. He picked up the squad by himself. And then he shot and he did good, a little too good, because he picked up the plane by himself, leaving these 8-bound out here going, where did it go, boss? Then we went to fight. So first, we charged in here with the Demon Prince. He charged in, big smacks, and was able to take 3 of the Centurions out, so we got at least half the squad down, lower its efficiency. I know he's going away now, but I just want to remove a lot of Lane's damage-dealing resources so he can try and score and play the game a little bit. Over here, we did successfully make the charge with the Berzerkers, We got a big 11, so we're able to pile in and consolidate over here. I was kind of hoping to destroy a unit before, so I could spend a command point and done a 6-inch pile in and consolidate and really, really hit this kill team over here. In the end, we took 4 out of there, and 1 guy's down to a single wound. And then picked up the squad over here. We lost nearly half the squad in return. Again, the 2 wound Marine factor. So we'll see how they survive out in Lane's turn. Yeah, I don't have the highest of hopes on that one. So, all right, got 1 more unit in reserve I got to worry about. We'll see what he does with that and kick it over to the DeathWatch.
So for this turn, I have storm hostile objective and extend battle lines. So advance the infiltrators up here. They're all the big 6. They're not going to be able to shoot anything. Kept the Indominators here and moved the Judicar's 10-man DeathWatch vet squad to go in and punch some of these nasty little Berzerkers. I did pop off my double oath, so I oathed these guys, Tome of Ectoclade, and also oathed this Forge Friend here. And I did spend the CP to give the DevSense sustained, so they are on sustained. Jumped up these suppressors here, so hopefully DevSense can kill this guy, and Hooray will have stormed a hostile objective. I brought in the Talon Strike here to blast away at the Forge Friend, but DJ did Overwatch, didn't get very many 6s though, picked up 2 of the guys out of the squad, so we still have a lot of blasting to go in there. That's it. Let me shoot, and let's see what happens. The Talon Strike blasted away and picked up the Forge Friend. He's our friend no more. When that happened, DJ spent a CP to sticky that objective, so he does still control it. I can take my Oath target away. Boo, it's dead. The DevSense, I had spent the CP to give him sustained. They blasted away at the Demon Prince, killed him. He did explode for D3 mortals, did 1 to these guys and 2 to the DevSense. The suppressors here, I had one of them shoot the Forge Fiend.
Forge Fiend.
I'm mixing it up now. The Forge Friend had one of them shoot him just to give him the neg to hit, and the other 2 shot here at these 8-bound, and didn't pick one of them up. So got a few through there, and that's it for the shooting. Now we're going to charge in to this mess, this cacophony, this wild thing here, and then we'll see if these guys can charge into that spawn over there. So let's do a couple charges. All right, so the Judicar's squad of DeathWatch veterans came in here and just wailed on this squad, picked up the rest of the Berzerkers. However, this Juggernaut Lord apparently gets 11 2-damage attacks and was able to pick up 7 of my guys in response. So that was more brutal than I thought it was going to be. Over here, we failed our charge there. So we did extend battle lines by getting here and storm the hostile objective as well. So we scored both of those. But DJ still is going to get 15 on primary. So on his turn.
All right, not a lot happened in the World Eater's turn because I do not have very much left. So we got Sabotage and Engage on all fronts. Still not very strong in the secondaries. Kind of concerned that I'm going to be getting a lot of action-based ones in the last turn. So we just went after Engage, and Sabotage is going to turn to a command point, I guess. Because anywhere that I put a unit, over here with the spawn, or over here with the spawn, just immediately gets destroyed. Now, granted, that spawn's probably destroyed anyway, so it's not even worth trying to do the Sabotage when I just get the CP. And this one, at least, he has to do work to get rid of him. A little bit of work, like 1% of a work. Like standing up from the couch type work, to get rid of him. Everything else you just kind of position in a later turn. So these Jackals, as well as these Jackals, even though these Jackals really are just going to be annihilated here shortly. But we did shoot down these guys that were hanging out over here with the Forge Friend. And then we fell back with the Juggernaut Lord just so that we could gain max on Engage. So it's going to be it. We did get 15 on primary, and we'll get 4 on Engage and pitch Sabotage for a command point.
For this turn, I pulled Sabotage and Assassination. So my Infiltrator is going to sneak up here and Sabotage. We're also going to try to assassinate this guy. The Gravis guys moved into the train here, so a couple of them, a couple Meltas and a Heavy Bolter will try and shoot the Juggernaut. And then these guys are going to shoot at and try and finish off the spawn here, and we'll, of course, charge him if that does not work out. DevSense took their big 4-inch steps closer to here, and they're going to shoot at those Jackals. And these guys jumped up here. Going to fire a couple pistols at this spawn and then blast everything else into this guy. He is my oath target, and I pop the lethals for the turn. DJ did keep me at a 0 on primaries for this turn, so he is shutting down my primaries, as World Eaters are wont to do. But let's do a little shooting. So shooting, these guys shot at the Juggernaut Lord. Didn't really do anything, though. But then I threw grenades with the Infiltrator. They are doing my sabotage, but they were able to throw grenades because it's not a shooting attack. And I did roll the big 4 to pick up the Juggernaut Lord there. Rest of the shooting, the aggressors and the captain shot into the spawn. They were able to finish him off. Deb Sense, even though I didn't give him sustained, had a good round of shooting and did pick up the entire Jackal squad there. Over here, these guys blasted away at the Forge Friend. Didn't kill him, though. Only 1 got through, so he only took 3 damage. And then we put a couple pistol shots and then charged into the spawn here, but failed to kill the spawn. He's down to 1 wound, so but we're just still on the objective here, though. So we did score 5 for the Assassinate, because the Juggernaut Lord, and then we scored, well, Sabotage is pending. On to DJ.
Running out of resources. We got Containment, and we got Defense Stronghold. So I moved up the Jackals, and as we all know, Jackals are terrible. But if I left these guys in combat with the spawn, Lane would have simply consolidated and taken this objective from me, and the only thing I can do right now is reduce Lane's primary. So I moved up, and I charged, lost majority of the squad, but I at least zone him out. I have more guys on there, more OC1 guys on the objective than he does, so I will at least stop that one. Then down here, we move the Forge Fiend out. He's down to 3 wounds after getting overwatched, because Lane threw 3 6s for the las cannons. No full rerolls, but right off rip, just 2 6s. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And then over here we shot, and we were on -1 because we got bracketed, which was terrible because there was a lot of 4s in there. The plan was, hopefully, to pick this squad up and then put Lane back down to a 5 on primary. Unfortunately, because we got bracketed, that did not happen. So we're still sitting on Defense Stronghold for the turn, and we at least got Lane down to only a 10 on primary, and we'll push a 10.
I'm going to move quickly through this last turn here, but I pulled Cleanse and Marked for Death. DJ only had 2 units left, so they were both marked for death. I auto-passed these guys for a CP, so they could cleanse. The Dev Sense walked forward on the objective, got overwatched by the Forge Friend, and one of them did die. They're going to cleanse there. The Indomitor kill team dropped in here and blasted and managed to pick up the Forge Friend there as well. So, and then the Inceptors, all their guns are pistols, so they just shot the rest of the last couple Jackals away there. So we did score 4 for Cleanse and 5 for Marked for Death, and there are no more World Eaters left to eat this world. On to DJ's last turn. Just kidding. DJ did not have a turn 5 because he's all gone. So at the end of his turn, I did uppy downy these guys, so they did not have to battle shock, but they'd be off the table just in case I needed them somewhere. But I'm pretty much everywhere on the board on all the objectives, so we're good to go there. My last turn, I did pull Containment and Behind Enemy Lines. So we have 2 units behind enemy lines. These guys are going to contain. The Talon Strike kill team over here will also contain. So we do score 4 for behind and 6 for containment on my last turn. And of course, 15 on primaries, because all the objectives are mine. So final score for this game, DeathWatch pulled off an 80. I got 40 on secondaries, but DJ held me back on primaries a bit. And then the World Eaters got a 54. So DeathWatch 80, World Eaters 54. Please follow us over to the post-game chit-chat, and we'll talk a little bit about how everything went. All right, guys, have a good one.